Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today's topic is going to be the New York Jets and whether or not they should pursue Lincoln Riley after this year. But before I get started, I just want to mention that you can follow me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Sorry for the lack of content recently. As you could tell by my voice, I am still not 100%. I've been under the weather this week with a pretty bad cold, but I am back and going to be talking about what the Jets should be doing in the offseason. I know, they've only played 3 games. It's week 4. It's the bye week, but a tweet was sent out today that really grabbed my attention. It was by Matt Miller of Bleacher Report. Paraphrasing what he said, he essentially says that there's going to be a race to fire head coaches at the end of the year because so many teams are going to be in on Lincoln Riley. And since that came out today, what I wanted to do was talk about whether or not the New York Jets should be one of those teams that should be all over Lincoln Riley. Here's some context. After today's blowout win, which isn't final yet, but they're going to win, the Oklahoma Sooners are, he is going to be 28-4 as a head coach at Oklahoma. In 2017, he had Baker Mayfield, who finished as the Heisman. I'm wearing his jersey right now. Then you had Kyler Murray as his quarterback in 2018, and he too won the Heisman Trophy. And now in 2019, he has Jalen Hurts, who is a transfer from Alabama, and he is having himself a very good start to the season. Not so much of a surprise. What I wanted to look at was, the most important stat to me was what the quarterbacks were doing under Lincoln Riley, and we'll start back from the beginning with Baker Mayfield. He had 4,627 yards, a 70.5 completion percentage, 11.5 yards per attempt, 43 touchdowns, 6 interceptions with a 198.9 quarterback rating. Phenomenal stuff. Kyler had 4,361 yards, a 69 completion percentage, 11.6 yards per attempt, 42 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and a 199.2 quarterback rating. Essentially identical numbers from the last 2 Heisman winners under Lincoln Riley. Through 3 games, so not counting today's game, Jalen Hurts put up 880 passing yards, an 80.3 completion percentage, 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and a rating of 250.2, off the charts. In terms of offense, again, we're going to start with this year just through 3 games. They're averaging 55.7 points per game, which is second in the nation. Last year, they averaged 48.4 points, which was first in the nation. And then with Baker Mayfield in 2017, they averaged 45.1 points per game, which was third in the nation. So in the 3 years that Lincoln Riley has been a head coach, their offense has been a top 3 offense in the nation. He knows what he's doing. The thing at the NFL is trying to get younger, faster, and better on offense. And the New York Jets tried to do that with the Adam Gase hire, and I know it's only a 3-game sample size, and I know that he didn't even have a healthy quarterback through any of it, but Adam Gase has proved time and time again over the last 3 years that he is not a good football coach in the NFL. He just can't do it. This is a guy who is riding the coattails of Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning put up phenomenal numbers with the Denver Broncos, and that Adam Gase's job with Chicago and then Miami, and now with the Jets. Could they have signed him as their head coach before this year? Maybe if they threw a boatload of money at him, but I think he wanted to stay in Oklahoma. That's probably not going to be the case after this year. If I am the New York Jets owner, and if I am Joe Douglas, I am saying goodbye to Adam Gase after this year, regardless of what Lincoln Riley wants to do, but consider Lincoln Riley wants to leave the NCAA, leave Oklahoma, and come to the NFL. I am firing Adam Gase, and I am going to my owner, and I am saying, throw all of your money at this guy. The Jets have some offensive weapons. They do. They need to develop Sam Darnold. I understand that would be his 3rd coach in 3 years. I understand that would be 3 offenses in 3 years. But this is a long-term, sustainable plan at the NFL. That's what you have to do to get better. If you look at coaches like Andy Reid, if you look at coaches like John Harbaugh, they have built their offenses over the last couple of years around their quarterback. We'll start with Harbaugh. He had Joe Flacco, who was an okay, more of a pocket passer with a big arm, and their offense looked totally different than what it looks like now with Lamar Jackson. But what he's able to do is use his quarterback strength and play to his ability. Same thing with Andy Reid. He went from Alex Smith, who is a pretty good but rather boring quarterback, to Patrick Mahomes, who's a dynamic playmaker, and their offense looks completely different. And it's really because they're playing to their quarterback's strength. Adam Gase isn't doing that. He is running the same vanilla, bland offense that he did with Miami, that he did with Chicago, that he did with Tannehill, that he did with Darnold, that he did with Jay Cutler. It's not fun. Everyone's trying to find that next new wave guy in the NFL. And if the Jets go out and hire Lincoln Riley, they would have found that guy. I am willing to bank on it that Lincoln Riley is going to have success at the next level and be an offensive guru, something that Adam Gase is not. Let me know in the comments what you think. Should the Jets go after Lincoln Riley hard in the offseason? I think they should. Let me know. Get at me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll talk to you guys next time.